This is how we all are today after the match. I just wanted to get that silence in because.
Moment of silence for the Premier League. Oh wait. Does that mean you're admitting it?
No, I'm not admitting it. I'm just upset because I thought Wolves were going to take it. I really thought Wolves were going to be able to do the business, do the deed.
Oh, I thought you were sad about another reason. That home match you had a couple days ago.
I thought you would have been happy that Stormzy's about to drop a diss record on Ollie. Like, come on, that's big news right there. That's big man things.
Big man.
Yo, if you guys ever get a chance, listen to Stormzy, bro. Man drops bars.
Yes, Stormzy he's a voice of reason. It's a very slow and somber night on Benchwarmers tonight.
One way is on the podcast.
Yeah. You're the first one.
No.
Ruining this podcast.
I'm gonna give you a card. I'm about to give you a card for being too excited with the card.
For real?
No.
You have to be specific.
Yeah.
Call me my
So,
team. Call me
I'm
my
a-
team.
Premature.
Okay, thank you.
Premature card giving.
I'm gonna give you a warning.
Sounds like a medical condition. Man. I'm a premature
I'm
card
gonna give you
giver.
a warning
My
for that
man,
card.
you should give him
These-
a yellow for itchy hand.
These should be only used
Yeah,
when they had to be used.
Yes, for serious infringement.
Nah, yeah.
And it has to be like all of us have to
I
agree
heard the
to
last
it.
podcast, y'all were giving them away like it was.
No,
free
no, no,
money
no,
and
no,
shit.
no, no.
Everybody
there
that got one deserved it last
Yeah.
time.
And then
Everyone
and then rescinded them when they had
Yeah,
to. They rescinded
yeah,
them.
yeah.
The fuck? Where's the screen here? I don't see no VAR for rescinded cards.
Yo, it's
There was a
YouTube.
review, bro.
It's an Anfield.
It's YouTube, and you can watch it on Benchwarmers FC TV.
All
right, but
you got
I need-
ahead of me.
I need a quick synopsis because I haven't been
Yes.
here in like 2 months.
Okay, so we're gonna break it down for Eddie and for any of our new listeners on the show. We're the Benchwarmers. Just to introduce ourselves, my name's Diego. I'm joined on the bench tonight with a full crew. Sans Ricky because he was here earlier, though he's here in spirit. We have Eric the Instigator.
Yo.
We have Edgar the Smug. We have Marco the Interrupter. And we also
What was that?
and we have and we have Eddie
The made out of glass.
Made out of
made
glass.
out of glass.
Actually, I almost broke his sleep before
Yeah, you
recording
did.
too.
Oh man, microphone check me, bro. Right
Right
there.
in the
yo.
ACL. So if,
The seven chambers of Wu-Tang.
kindly,
Shit.
Right before we get into all of our socials and stuff, really quick, can you show the camera the cards, Eric, for everyone, please? We have a set, yellow and a red card, kindly provided to us by VAR and Pro, which we were able to find over at the U.S. United Soccer Coaches Convention in Baltimore.
Scarves up there.
And the scarf is officially up on our scarf wall because we want to recognize everyone that we met out there. So the cards are basically very simple. If you say something dumb, if you say some dumb shit, you're going to get carded.
Yeah. And depending how serious it gets, we're gonna give you a
Yes.
red card.
All right, so if he says Ollie and I'll be like this.
I mean, I
my man came in hot.
Towards the end of the
It's been 2 months, bro. I gotta.
Towards the end of the season, we'll see who accumulates the
accumulates the
most
most.
cards
Okay.
and what
Correct.
cards, and then we'll figure out punishment for that
Figure out
person.
punishment,
I mean,
just like accumulation
owe
of
you a
cards.
pint
in,
of
Yeah,
bro.
like there's multiple
Listen,
bets
I'm
going
here
on
every
around
week
here,
and you're not, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, there was a big game today, so
He says it's a big game.
Oh
I
my
can you
he
get
stays
ahead?
at that.
Can you go ahead and give up the highlights or the?
Well, we're gonna get into
headlines?
very quick.
So we are.
Right before headlines, we're gonna get into very quick housekeeping because we like to remind all of you where you can listen to us. Let's see, Eddie. Do you remember the script on where our listeners can find us?
Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify at Benchwarmers FC.
Let's go. Where can they find us, Eric?
Make sure you guys give us a little like and a follow and a comment, and let us know what you want to hear during halftime through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Benchwarmers FC.
And where can they watch us, Marco?
They can watch us on YouTube at Benchwarmers FC TV and on Mixer at Benchwarmers Live. Benchwarmers FC Live. Sorry, my bad.
Nice.
Good
Nice,
save.
nice.
And-
almost
nice.
had it.
And don't forget, you can also find Edgar LeSmug on Instagram by searching up LeSmug. You know what? I was watching the Dream Team video really quick about when they had just won the Champions League, and it was like escaping smug Liverpool fans. Like that's a real thing.
It
Like
is.
they're known as smug, so it's very befitting. And I knew that was the whole point, but it was like, wow, this is like a global thing. Like,
I mean, Eddie, are you ever gonna change your name to Eddie LeSmug?
Maybe in May.
oh,
We'll see how it is. Or,
That would be-
at this rate, it'll be in April when mathematically, but you know.
Oh my God,
Well,
Damn,
that's if
it's
everybody
size
else wins.
robot.
But anyways, keep going.
I'm going to keep going and encourage everyone, including you new listeners and followers, to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow us on any of our social media platforms because we like to hear from fans like yourselves. Into the headlines right before we start. Eric, can you hit that whistle, please? So that's kickoff, and we're gonna go over some of the matches that were this week. We had some weekday matches because we have FA Cup on the weekend, and that's always like a down point because you know what? Even though it's one of the most historied cups in English soccer, I guess.
There's nothing really to play for at that point.
Yeah, kind of. It's not the same thing as Premier League play. But we had a match today. We had some matches yesterday, and then we had pretty much the lot on Tuesday. So I want to start there.
Actually, I'm sorry to interrupt, bro. A quick thing. I just want to also the listeners and the viewers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Edgar, can you give them a quick little rundown as to what Football Rants is actually about for the Benchwarmers audience?
That's right. We
Guys,
introduced a new segment.
Football Rants, newsflash alert. You got to listen to it. You want to get your cram in on your football news? Got to hit us up on the Benchwarmers FC podcast. We're going to give you a 10-minute delivery of the latest football news once a week. Listen to it, check it out, and let us know what you want to hear on that little 10 short.
Isn't it 10 minutes or
stream.
less?
10 minutes
or
or less
less.
guaranteed.
So if
Sounds
there's
like
specific
that
news you
Pizza
want,
Hut
let us know.
delivery thing that we used
Domino's.
to have.
Domino's.
Domino's
Oh,
was
I'm gonna give you cover getting that wrong, Marco. You know
Yeah.
I respect. You know I love
It
Pizza
was-
Hut.
it
in
was
my
on-
defense,
it
I
was
did
on
not
the-
live in this country for 9 years, and that's when they did it.
You know I love Pizza Hut, so don't mess with my
I'm a
Pizza
foreigner
Hut.
in that.
Stop. Because isn't Pizza Hut big in Guate?
No,
No.
So which one's the one big in Guate?
Domino's.
Domino's.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna get you one.
Bro, that was borderline
That
yellow.
was borderline yellow card. Don't respect.
Respect
the
I
Hut.
know. I love Pizza Hut too.
I
Respect the Hut.
haven't,
I
I
love
haven't
Pizza
been
Hut
there
too.
in 10 years.
There you
I
go.
don't know.
I
Respect
lived
the
there
Hut.
for 10 years, so
Alright.
that's when that promotion was going on. My bad.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, like I said, a quick 10-minute recap of what's going on. So that way, if you need to again cram in any football news, you can banter with your friends. That's your way to go. But at the end of the day, this is where we like to merge our minds together.
This is the long form content. This is where we get our banter on and where we have to put up with the smug live.
If you
Thank
want,
God
if
he doesn't
you
do
ever want to see the Estradas get along, this is the only time they'll
The
ever
only
get along.
time, bro. He's like, because it's like there's no time for him to be smug. I'm like, yes, let's
Oh, yeah.
do it.
It's just
I heard the
rapid
first
fire.
part-
Boom, 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 boom.
I heard the first one. He tried it and kind of made it happen for a couple
he's
times.
trying
But
to
you
get a
shut
little
him down
smuggy
really
with you, but
quickly
you
and
were
did
like,
it.
you know what?
Went with it, but
I'll brush it off.
I'll take that one on the chin, he said. But we're going to start with the first match here. And it's going to be a little bit pedestrian. We're going to go a little slow because we're going to start with Sheffield United and Man City. One of the teams that have been faltering a little bit. This one has controversy, which is why we're bringing it up. And I want to make that the main point of this match. Yes, Man City won 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne leading the league in assists. The first one to do so in all top 5 leagues of Europe to have, I think it was 15 recorded assists. The guy is insane. And I'm saying it just appreciating the game, appreciating this footballer. He's pretty much the best all-around midfielder right now
Hands down for sure.
Hands down.
in world football.
Yeah, no question in my mind. Like he just does everything on both ends of the pitch.
So it's really funny how a lot of people were also saying that he also has his own stamina bar based on how pink he is. That's how Pep knows. That's how Pep knows that
Dead.
he has to sub him off.
Dead.
But if for anyone who did watch the game, that pass that he put into Aguero, he knew exactly where the ball was going. It went through. It met somebody on the way in. And Aguero, being the kind of clinical striker that he is, right now surpassing some of the bigger names in the Premier League history for total goals, he just latched onto that, tucked it away, and it was over. But
He became the highest scoring foreign player.
foreign
right?
player,
Yeah.
correct?
Like foreign out of like Europe or like including European players too.
No, I think just foreign, like
Out of
not-
England.
like
Non-English.
like non-English.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause he passed Thierry Henry.
Oh, he
Which,
passed Thierry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the controversy I want to bring you guys in on, and we've seen the pick. I also have the pick here for anyone on the bench right now who hasn't seen it. There's a penalty given to Mahrez. Dean Henderson is getting ready to save the PK, and there's photographic evidence. He's almost a whole 2 yards off his line. And we've seen penalties getting retaken this season. We've seen that happen for the goalie being off his line. There was no retaking. They didn't even look at it, and they just went ahead. Should this have been looked at? Should it have been repeated?
100%.
100%.
Even the coaches were arguing it, and that is not. Listen, I love Sheffield because of what they're doing this season, and I'm actually kind of watching all of their games because they're actually fun to watch.
Yeah.
But even though this is a call against them, this is just another example of how inconsistent VAR is for some teams. If you get what I'm saying.
I mean, we know who has it benefited the whole season.
Yes, we
But
have.
yes, not only VAR, just the referees themselves. They're
Inconsistent.
they become blind to it because if VAR doesn't say anything, then they won't go check it out because they don't check it out. So yeah, they are very inconsistent, and this is something that they have to address at the end of the season.
If you guys want my opinion on this matter, listen to Football Rants.
I'm gonna give you a yellow card for that, dude.
I'm about to
For
get
real,
my
bro.
yellow
Fuck
card.
you.
Dude, I'm just trying to
Flag.
promote our podcast. What the fuck? I mean, it's under Benchwarmer, so you'll see it anyway.
Exactly. I want to improve the numbers. Come on. No, not really, for real. Right prior to this, do you think about refs saving their own calls? Like they made a mistake, so they cover it with another call?
Listen, Gabriel Jesus stepped up for that penalty. He took it sort of well, but clearly Henderson was off. If they're not reviewing it at this point, I feel like it must be like a personal thing.
So
Like,
I-
it has to be an ego trip for some of these refs.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be called a penalty, though.
ego's definitely a big
No,
factor in all this.
That's what he's referring to, like the fact that it was given a penalty. Because my whole debate issue with this call was that the same thing happened to Pepe against fuck, was it? I forget who it was.
Point
Sheffield?
is, it wasn't. It
Was
was
it
Point
Pepe.
Sheffield?
It didn't get
I think it
called.
was also Sheffield
Or
actually.
was it
Yeah,
West
no,
Ham?
it was Sheffield. It was Sheffield.
Yeah.
Where he cut in and got fouled, but
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get the call. Same scenario happened to Mahrez, but this one was given a penalty. So
Right.
that's where my inconsistencies happen. I just don't think that that Pepe foul that I'm calling back to is being looked upon by the ref. I don't think they're even looking at that as is it a foul? It's not a foul. Then he gave it a foul. They're not even questioning it.
Mm.
So that's what my I guess opinion is on that. I don't think it's really a matter of him correcting his call. It's just a matter of the inconsistencies of the refs in VAR in the Premier League.
Do you guys want to see more penalties looked at closely by VAR? Is that something that's a priority right now?
Well, that's what something they would hope that they're confirming that it is a penalty, or if not, then just don't call it. But you would hope that they're looking at it and saying, okay, yes, this is confirmed that it is a penalty.
But do you want to be like, okay, I get about the foul, but do you guys want it to be so micromanaged that we're looking at whether the goalie is off?
Look,
We already are
every-
micromanaging it.
Yes, pretty much. And isn't every goal already being reviewed anyway?
No, it is, but
Yeah.
once you when fucking last what's his name? Jimenez's hand was offside against Liverpool.
Yeah,
That's not micromanaging. That's to the max, where they fucking pulling out millimeters
right.
of offside calls.
Well, we've seen it already on offside, and what I'm saying is, do you guys want that on penalties too now?
But have they called back penalties because the goalie was off the line? I only saw it in the World Cup, the Women's World Cup.
No, it's a
No.
part of the rule. It's
It's a
supposed
part
to
of
be
the rule,
looked
but
at.
has
It's a
there
part of the
been
rule.
That-
has it happened before in this
No,
season
I don't
where they
think-
called back a penalty because the goalkeeper was off his line?
I
I saw it in the World Cup for
Can't-
women.
I believe there was.
I can't
an
say
instance.
I think there
the
was.
Premier
There was.
League, but it might have been in the other leagues because I've
In the other leagues
remember
possibly, but
seeing-
I'm saying specifically the Premier
I don't know. I
League.
think there might have been. Actually, I'm pretty sure there might have been. We have to look back at it. But regardless of the fact, even if there has or hasn't been, that's something that is looked at under VAR.
Yep.
That is something that's looked at under
I
VAR.
mean, the other
There's no
thing
question
is
about
VAR
it.
has a lot of eyes on it right now. People are like double thinking it, double guessing it. I mean, maybe they just didn't want to make that call because it's so minute that they're like, all right, you know what? Let's
Oh,
just let
but
it
they
go.
fucking do a fucking armpit offside.
yep.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
another
Come
inconsistency.
on.
Look, if they're being looked at and people are micromanaging and like looking into everything they do, then these are the cards that they have to get right.
Look, I know the winner of this season is VAR, and then Liverpool.
I think everybody has talked about VAR more than Liverpool, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like hand in hand now. But it is what it is, man. Man City, they again, Kevin De Bruyne doing what he does best and just putting the team on his back and sliding one away for Aguero. Or sliding it to Aguero to put it
So
away.
really quickly right now, live while we're recording this, looking it up, there are articles out as of June, like last summer, basically June 2019,
World Cup.
saying that IFAB had adopted this law about during the World Cup, and that was where all the controversy came out. But that the Premier League had ensured that it will not use VAR to make sure that goalies aren't encroaching and stepping off the line. Like they basically were saying, we're not going to use VAR to reorder penalties being taken again if the goalies are off their line.
What about
even
encroachments from players?
even though that's a rule? Encroachment, yes, because that's always been there.
So
That's-
it
that's-
it
all-
benefits the defending team once again.
Yeah.
So that's stupid because then if you're not going to be using VAR, then what the hell are the
Rules
side
for
refs
it.
doing
Yeah,
on the
what
side
the
that
rules
are
for it,
able to
exactly.
see this because
No,
they are standing
it's not
on
even
that one
It's-
side?
Again, this is why I mean I hate to dive into this conversation again, but these rules, all I do is benefit the defending team.
Yeah, Premier League will not use VAR for penalty movement. So basically, they had already said straight off the bat before the season starts, 1920, we're not going to use VAR to make sure that goalies are
So
on
only
their line.
for players
Only
that
for player
enter.
and coach.
So if it's not caught, then it looks bad on the referee because
Whatever.
they didn't do their
It
job.
is what it is.
So
I'm
we
over
move
this.
on.
I'm over
City
that.
got this 1-0 win. The next game though that we have that we're going to talk a little bit more in depth is Chelsea Arsenal, and that was probably one of the greater games for the week, one of the more exciting ones. Still though, 2-2 draw against all odds. Mustafi David Luiz doing the business for Arsenal once again.
For Chelsea.
And for Chelsea, they're doing work for both sides. Did you guys think that it was going to end up 2-2 at full time?
I think Mustafi
Anybody?
owes David Luiz big time. So
Yeah,
I said that to Eric. He owes him like $1 million for
Nah.
that.
All right. So if you would have asked me this question under Freddie, under Emery, even today, honestly, even that day, hands down, I was like, this game is over. We would have lost 5-0.
Because Mustafi's starting.
Well, besides that, but no, the fact that we conceded a penalty and got scored on so early in the game, I was like, oh, this is over and done. There's no
Can't get
coming
dusted.
back from this.
Right.
And I mean, I don't want to sound like, fucking a fanboy right now, but let's be real. This Arsenal side showed fight that they haven't showed in a long time.
Sure, that's a positive to take out of it. That's something to look.
Regardless of the fact that
look
Arteta
forward
hasn't
to.
gotten the start that he wanted, because I think he has one win in six games already.
1-6.
But-
one loss, one win, and everything else.
But also, just with that said alone, he's also already doing better than Emery with his away record and losing.
Yeah.
So depending how you look at it, is grass on the other side. You never know.
Hmm.
This Arsenal side already has shown improvements in not only mentality, but in the skill set that we have, especially by bringing in these young players. What's next is making sure we get the right people in each position. My biggest takeaway though from this game, which you're gonna find it kind of funny. Well, I hope you find it funny, but is the fact how not only AFTV but Arsenal fans as a whole responded to Mustafi's mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, granted, it was like we're all like put our hands up like, oh, Mustafi, of course. Who else? But if you look at all the responses, all the comments, they were all like, listen, he fucked up, but he stepped up afterwards. That was the most common response.
Didn't he take one in the kids too? After
He took one of the kids and he gave the assist to Martinelli.
They took one of the kids and they stopped game. And everybody's like, yo, like, why we stopping game? This is not the head.
Yeah.
Well, technically.
it's the other head. But no, that's what was like my surprise is like, Mustafi, who's been the one that's been getting criticized probably the most in the Premier League.
He's been scapegoated, honestly. He
For
really
sure,
has.
100%. He was actually defended by the fans themselves, which was to me was surprising. So I think not only the players are going to be behind Arteta, the fans are going to be behind Arteta, and this is a good sign for hopefully this next season to come.
Listen, Mug, I'm going to direct the question to you. Do you think that hanging on to this draw is maybe a little bit of rose-tinted glasses? Or do you feel like there is some positives to actually take out of this current form under Tet Guardiola?
Depends if you're a red or if you're blue. So if you're a red, in Arsenal's case, yeah, it's something good to look forward to. I mean, that's improvement. That's fight. That's what you guys wanted. So congrats. You got the fight. Now you got to put the technical ability behind it, right?
Correct.
So that's the Arsenal side. But
Correct.
the Chelsea side, shit, you guys know how to put in goals, but at the end of the day, you don't know how to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, they looked
And they got
bad.
Rudiger back,
Defensively,
right?
They looked awful.
Right?
They had
Kepa
players,
is
man.
the most expensive goalkeeper in the world, and he's not quite doing it.
72 minutes.
But it's not his fault. I mean, again, we weren't expecting much from this team, so I don't know why people are giving them shit because they had a consistent run. Now they're losing it. That's exactly what we expected.
I think that's what it is. It's that they had such a good beginning of the season. Like they started losing a couple,
Their
but then
bar
it
was
just
set
ran
really
with
high.
it. And now we're just expecting them to finish off the season like that. And now we're actually seeing the true colors.
Of what Chelsea, like what their squad depth is really capable of. Because having the lead twice, honestly, against a team who hasn't had the best defensive record
at all.
like and playing at home, like all three of those factors should have meant 3 points for Lampard
With the player
during-
up.
during this game.
And a player up.
So the last thing though, and I want to recognize it first, is Martinelli's composure for that goal. Granted, I still sit here saying that he wouldn't have had anything if Conte didn't slip.
Of course not.
But that's half of it. Like I have to be realistic. That's half the
But
argument.
he turned on the turbo jets though.
Of course, like
as soon as he was like,
and that's the credit that I'm giving him because
Yeah.
any striker, any poacher, any like lethal attacker is going to identify an opportunity. As soon as he saw Conte slip again, bro, he turned it on. He got out of here, man.
That's what I love. It's no longer the Gerard slip. It is technically now the Conte slip.
No.
It is
It's
the
gonna
Conte.
always be the
Is it
Gerrard
because
slip,
of
bro.
the way
Because
that
that slip cost him a title. This slip cost him a game. So
No,
there's-
it didn't
there's
cost us the
levels
title.
to
It didn't
this.
cost us the
Yes,
title.
it did.
But no, it didn't. And this is
Yes,
not,
it did.
It's what's memorable, but the title was cost at Crystal Palace. But it's not a conversation about
Oh,
Liverpool. It's a
my
conversation about the Conte slip.
Wow, now it's not a conversation
Bro,
about Liverpool.
if that
I'm just
game,
saying.
if you
Listen,
hadn't dropped
Liverpool.
points that
we're
game,
talking about Chelsea.
if you hadn't dropped points that game,
Yo,
Chris
we
Stumble
don't
wouldn't
have
have
Chelsea
been a back
fans. We don't have Chelsea fans here. We're trying to bring them in. You're trying to bring the conversation to Liverpool. Don't. It's about Chelsea. What I do want to say is, if you look at the play where Martinelli goes on his breakaway, his second touch trying to get past Conte was trash. It was literally going to go into Conte. If Conte hadn't have slipped, it would have been clear.
That's what I'm saying.
But there's
But.
two defenders
It's a
tracking
big but.
Martinelli. They saw Conte, they slowed their pace down and said, Conte's got it. The second that Conte slipped, they were like, oh shit, what do we do? That was a mistake on the defensive end of Lampard, not training those players. If Conte's coming to the ball, you need to get behind Conte. You need to be there to cover
Yeah, 'cause they were,
Conte.
like, lateral
Because
to
Conte,
him.
exactly.
Yeah.
They should have continued their gunning towards the back line. If they would have continued their sprint, they would have caught Martinelli. But they slowed their pace down as soon as they saw Conte. Conte slips, 2-2.
It's funny
Or
because
one-
1-1. It's
1-1
funny
at
because
that
that
point.
Martinelli bad touch, like, it hit off his shin. We saw it. Like even Martinelli was like, "Oh fuck, I fucked this up." But his bad touch was kind of like a blessing in disguise because it forced kind of to turn his body real quick, which forced the slip. You know, so
Yes.
it was
Yes.
all
It
in
was a complete
sequence.
pivot. It was a pivot. From
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was just so
Martinelli's
fast.
been the
but-
best dribbler in the world.
but-
Sometimes if you don't know what you're doing and you do it, sometimes it works
no,
out
but
better.
but that's still good on Martinelli to not slow down.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like he didn't
Dude,
slow down. He kept his
That,
stride.
that his speed, like I did not know he was this fast. Emerson did not get it within a yard of him because he had the whole half of the pitch to still catch up. He did not get within a yard of him.
And it's classically known that if you are with the ball, your pace should be slower than
Correct.
someone who's without the ball.
Yes,
They should have caught up to him. His speed is unbelievable.
I was.
And
I'm
that's why I
honestly
picked him
surprised.
up and got my 8 points, baby.
Yeah, he did.
You have
He
Martinelli?
picked him up.
Oh my
I picked him up, bro. I'm like, yo,
No
that's
wonder-
right. Obama
I was like,
Yang
why is
playing.
he talking so highly about this dude?
Martin-
It's because he has him on
Because
freaking
Arsenal
fantasy,
is on
bro.
the up and up, and now I want to say I'm with him. Good luck, guys.
Martinaldo.
Go Martinelli.
Martelinho.
Oh my god.
Martelinho.
So, right now, at least Arsenal Twitter is really milking it because they put out like 16 or 17 tweets about the game already, and it's like 3 days later. But
Well,
they're
what's-
gonna take the 2-2.
So-
what's
They're gonna
the-
take the draw.
It's a
So,
derby
I mean,
game, man.
I
It's
kind
still
of
a
want to bring it to
derby
the next game and see what United's doing on their Twitter.
Really?
Tweet.
I was actually gonna bring it to another game, but okay.
They're tweeting at Stormzy to drop the diss track.
No,
bro.
but on the real though, like I'm honestly, I don't want to, you know, again milk it too much, but I'm really impressed with the way they stepped up for
This game,
David Luiz
yeah.
and Mustafi after their horrendous mistakes, and Bellerin sliding away a left-footed shot. On top of that was the icing on the cake.
That's another comment I want to make. Again, the defensive efforts from Chelsea are trash. I don't know if he's training them on defense or not. Gante should have been supported by his defenders. And then Jorginho. You can see Bellerin only has one way to shoot, with his left foot and a
weak
curler.
foot.
His
Weak
weak foot. Granted, the way Jorginho jumps out, he literally leans towards his left, which literally leaves his whole right side,
Right,
which is
exposed,
the
which is
open
the shooting
side for
side, yeah.
Bellerin.
It was
Yeah.
lazy defense. It was lazy
it was.
defense.
It was lazy defense and then not knowing how to defend. You stand big. You don't lean to one angle. Or if you lean into one angle, you lean to the angle of the shot.
Mhm.
He didn't cover the shot. He just threw himself at the ball. He didn't know what he was doing.
He basically invited him to shoot. That's what happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
shoot this way behind me and put it in the corner.
Leno gives
Exactly,
them a goal. Kante gives us a goal. So I think we're even now.
I mean,
Yeah,
Jorginho
even.
did say, I'm going to expose my, I'm finally showing my kind of football.
yeah.
There you go.
He
You can't
said, you're
defend
gonna
the
see
shit.
what I'm made of or something like that. Like this is who I really am.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my
well,
God.
we
Sorry, I
definitely
thought
saw
we
it.
were trying to bring Chelsea fans. I'm bashing on them. My
Well, they
bad.
don't come on here, so might as well.
I mean,
Wait, quick.
one of them that-
Has Jorginho missed a penalty yet?
No, I don't
No,
think he
he
has.
He hasn't. So
His,
he's been
it's so
perfect.
weird too. His little hop before
Yeah, his
his
little
shot.
hop
I
before
hate
his-
it.
He hasn't missed
Ugh.
a penalty, but as far as his like creative output, it's still not there. Like he has.
I
Like,
mean,
what,
he's
like,
not.
2 or 3 assists
He's
or
not a
something
creative
like
midfielder. So
that? Eric had already jumped the gun because the truth is Arsenal did
I mean,
did
he's
do
a
their
gunner.
business,
Of course, he's going to
and
jump the gun.
and for the other team, the other
Boom,
team that
boom.
played this week, United and Burnley losing 2-0 at home. I think that's probably. I have to open it up saying that's probably the lowest point right now, like the new low point We're going from lows to lows, and I know Lesmug is gonna be happy about it, and it's fine because I there's no reason to, I guess, ignore it. The fact that there's really big issues for this match. So the two things I want to ask you guys is, there's talks about this Bruno Fernandes thing, the deal stalling. I'm not gonna ask you about who do you think fits or whatever, because I think that's a worthless conversation to have, because you can put so many names
as long
on
as
it.
Ollie's there.
But
Well,
I'm saying,
I don't know if it's just rumors or anything, but I did read that the dude in charge of the transfers did say that Bruno Fernandes isn't
worth
the
68.
Yeah.
So that was something put on Joel Glazer. That was like a rumor saying that. But I'll get to that later. I had texted you about this. When Solskjaer puts on a sub for Shaw and Lingard in like the 70th odd minute, that was for me. Like, I'm sitting there, and I've said it here. Like, you've asked me when is it too late? When are you gonna say Ole out? That was when I was like, oh shit. Like, that was my first moment sitting down watching this team and going like, shit. Like, there's some really big issues, because if we had no ways to get up front, losing Rashford is obviously a big blow, but there's more to the squad. It's not a one-man team, and seeing that freaking Shaw and Lingard going on, there's some big issues here. So
all right, but I'll bring you honestly. When you guys sold Lukaku, did you really think that Rashford was really gonna take over
that he was gonna take over
as the number 9?
I thought it was gonna be Martial, honestly.
Yeah.
But
And
Martial,
this
that's a
dude-
new position though. That's like
And this dude, but he's done it before, and that's the thing.
When?
He does this, bro, he did it to you guys. Come on,
He scored against
no,
us
but
on
he
the
came from
debut.
the wing. He came from the wings though.
Right.
He didn't
but
play for
when
number
has
9.
he been consistent?
but he
What?
has been given number 9, and then Zlatan came up, and then he was put back down again.
Yeah, it was before Zlatan that he was playing number 9.
Well,
But
what's your question?
He's been in a position.
All right, so
I wanna hear your question.
whatever
I wanna
that.
hear your
But yeah,
question.
so when you guys sold Lukaku,
we
did you really think
that Rashford was gonna
Rashford
fill
was-
it? No, I didn't think Rashford was gonna fill it. I thought Martial was gonna fill it. Either way, both of those answers were wrong, because Rashford, for as good as he's been doing, honestly, nobody saw that. I didn't see that come in.
Yeah.
That he caught form and that he's been performing really well. I didn't see that at all. Did I believe that he's capable of doing that? Absolutely. But that's my fan speaking.
Yeah.
That's like it's not my actual expectation, I guess.
Yeah.
But not to trip over words, when we sold Lukaku, I'm very anti Lukaku. I don't like Lukaku at all. He can do his thing. He could score on 18th place Sassuolo all freaking season for all I care.
Top scorer, bro.
But
Yo, where's
right now,
Burnley right now?
for all his goals, right now they're sitting second. So either way, about Inter or not, right now missing someone who's a striker is a very big issue. So like, my question is, which I'm going to ask all of you, is this a matter of recruiting new players, or is this a matter of recruiting new upper management?
Upper management.
Because that's the argument that's going on right now.
So I think it's definitely about upper management, because again, we all say Ollie in for one reason, because we don't think he's the man for the job. So if you're gonna give Ollie these new players and then sack him next season, and then you have a new manager who wants nothing to do with these players, you're just starting that cycle all over
Right,
again. It's
right.
just a circle of life at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You have to cut the head off, which in this case is going to be Ollie, because real Glazer's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because I feel like when you guys,
You can ask the Glazers to leave.
like if you guys like interview like managers, keeping the regime you guys have now is more like, all right, but you got to listen to Ed Woodward and you got to listen to the Glazers. You can't do your own thing, so like you're restricting them.
And if I don't know if you, one of the headlines that came out as soon as right before that match, and I think they did this on purpose, they started blasting all over the news that United shares had gone up by like 25% or like 30%, or something
30% roughly.
And
Like, wait, they really went up 30%?
Yeah.
yeah, like it was like
Wow.
$15 per share to like up to like 20.
Are they
20 and
laundering
change.
money or something? I mean, how the fuck?
Listen,
real?
on the commercial side, that's great, but the thing is that
Where's
we're
that
not
money?
throwing dollar bills onto the pitch. It's players that are out here. You have to have a squad. You have to have an 11. And
I
like
still don't know how this is a public traded company, man.
I think for
Yeah,
the
what
first
is-
time, I'm honestly like feeling the pressure of the way the club is being handled, because definitely it's a money making machine for these guys. And I'm gonna pull in what you said about the Joel Glazer thing. So there's a rumor or whatever report that Joel Glazer personally cut off the deal for Bruno Fernandes because he feels he's not worth 68 million.
What does he know?
Sporting right now, so the reason is Sporting right now, they're waiting for more money because they've seen Benfica, who are their direct rivals, they just sold Joao Felix for 126 million.
Yeah.
Why would we sell it for any less? and they don't want to get left behind. Of
But
course,
Bruno Fernandes isn't even a great commodity. He was in Italy. He didn't do great. He went back to the Portuguese league.
and then he started tearing it up. Which, yes, that's a very much like a grain of salt type of thing. But to have someone who isn't involved on the footballing side at all get involved like that, that's something that it just didn't sit well. It's like that's not how it should be.
All right, question for you though: Who is calling out Bruno Fernandes? Is it Ollie that wants Bruno Fernandes, or is it Ed Woodward?
I believe it's Ollie actually. It's not. It's definitely not going to be Ed Woodward because Woodward and Glazers are the ones that thought Maguire was worth 80 million, and he just got freaking bullied. He got
Twice
bullied.
in that game too.
He got bullied against
Look,
Liverpool.
man, you asked the question
and
about
Burnley,
where the
bro.
problem is. It's not just upper management; it's the ownership.
But that's the thing. Like,
the
that's
ownership
what,
and the management
that-
is where it starts. But it's the
that-
whole club is
that
in,
conversation
in problems.
is no at that point though, because if you say when you say upper management, what do you mean, like coach and upwards, or like owners? And
No,
stuff?
I'm talking about like board and owners.
That's the
and all
thing.
those
Like that
guys.
conversation to me,
like Glazers level actually.
Like,
Those people.
honestly, what I would expect the fans to do is kind of what, and I, you know,
Boycott.
boycott, or do you care? Do we care? Like Arsenal
Well, that was
responded to.
Yeah, because you guys
Well,
did that
saw
with
that.
Kroenke,
That was
yeah.
one of the
Did that.
first times
Yeah.
that the stadium that
It
Old
was
Trafford
empty.
was
People
empty.
left.
That's the first time that's ever that's happened so far.
So the conversation about changing upper management is it's not gonna happen. There's no way the Glazers, Edward, are gonna leave and fork up all that money that they're getting in their pockets. It's not gonna happen.
It's
What's
not-
gotta happen? The fans gotta react,
It's not about leaving. It's just about like taking a step back.
and that
I mean,
starts with the
You're-
fans. Once
you're
you start going
you're
to the
talking to a
games,
Knicks fan, baby, bro. James Dolan has his hands all over that team, and I hate it.
Word.
So
But that's the thing. Like once the fans start reacting to what the ownerships are doing, and they see that the dollar bills are not going to be there anymore,
Mhm.
they have to react and they have to
Yeah.
invest. So I don't think the conversation should we change upper management, because there's no reality to that,
yeah.
because
They're not
just like
gonna sell.
Kroenke's not leaving, Glazers aren't leaving.
right.
What gotta happen? The fans gotta react. They gotta show that this means more to them than just a paycheck, a jersey. At the end of the day, it's
Right.
it's the badge that they want to succeed.
But you got two examples all over the league. All right, look at West Ham. The ownership has put in money, but they don't know what they're doing. And they haven't put the right people in place in upper management. The ownership may give the money and they may be willing to do it, but they don't put the right pieces in the right place. United keeps putting Ed Woodward as the main contact, where if you look at Man City, yeah, it's a lot of money, but what they do, they set up a good structure for Pep. They got some leagues. You look at FSG. They took care of Liverpool. They brought them out of the ashes, put it in Klopp, put in a
Let's
good
be real.
recruiting.
Liverpool
It's
stood
true.
up.
They did
Liverpool
it very
stood up
well.
everybody.
But they
You
paid,
look-
they
wait,
paid dearly
listen.
in time,
No,
though. It's
no,
taking you
wait,
guys
listen.
years to get there.
Wait, but look what we're getting now. It took time and investment. The same amount. The we came up from
Almost
the ashes,
undefeated
right?
still, bro.
When's the last time? When's the last time that you guys won the league?
7 years ago.
Right now, yeah. Holy shit.
When did
I
FSG
saw a
really
stat the other day,
take
so-
over
2013,
Liverpool? In that time, in the 7 years that you guys haven't won it, Liverpool's been building slowly and slowly up to what we have now, which is great. But let's get beyond Man City. Let's get beyond Liverpool. Leicester. The management took care of it there. They brought in a good coach. They turned it over. They put in the money and they put in the right recruiting structure. And now they're in the top four right now.
And
They won a league.
And I hate to mention this team because, well, their fans never want to come on the show. But Chelsea, I mean, regardless how fucked up they do it, it's worked for them.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
yo, they see
ruthless.
trouble,
They're
fire
ruthless.
them, get somebody else in.
They're ruthless, and that's the
And
thing.
it works, but
That's different management. At the end of the
but
day,
that's because like
Yeah.
they
Where's
care.
how's it
Yeah.
gonna start? How's it gonna start? Because the Glazers, all they see is a paycheck right now. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
so how is that gonna change?
It's not. It really isn't.
It's gonna come down to the fans. They have to react to it.
They have to do something. So back to the match result, losing 2-0 against Burnley is definitely not something that I saw. The goals were quality though. J. Rodriguez, shout out to J. Rodriguez and Chris
Well,
Wood doing
yeah.
what strikers should. And that's really it. As far as like the low point and feeling pressure, honestly, right now, I'll go on record for it. It's the first time I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh shit, like this is gonna be fucking tough.
Quick question: the Maguire purchase, was that whose call was that?
That was Woodward's call. That was like Woodward and Glazers that
That
picked this guy out and said we have
But
to buy him.
that really wasn't their fault because I mentioned it before. Like they needed to get a center back in, but they needed him to be English because they needed to meet that quota, and teams knew that.
But it's not even. I mean, the fact that they put that price tag on him and gave him the captaincy, and I mean, this game, bro.
The
Like,
captaincy is
just,
weird too, man.
It just
The captaincy is
exploited
very
how
weird.
bad he is.
There was
He's not bad.
They were
He
blasting
is
him.
Not bad. He's a good.
He's horrible.
defender.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
He's a good defender. No,
Wow.
man. There's a reason why he was playing in the back line for Leicester last year. I mean, he's a good player.
So wait, so
Like,
you're saying as a coach?
Would
it's
you
a coach. It's absolutely the coach.
you wouldn't rate Maguire over Stones?
No, not right now. No, not right now. The
No.
way Maguire has been exposed in the past 2 games, both Burnley goals were scored. Pass
Stones
Maguire.
were on him.
Stones
yeah,
was
they were.
Stones was exposed like that when he first went into Man City as well.
Correct, but I mean, right now in this current moment, I would not put Maguire over Stones.
Maguire over
Maybe last season when he was killing it with Leicester.
with Leicester.
But-
That's the different.
Different style of
manager,
play,
Different style of play.
management,
Yeah.
different performances, and now
So it could just be.
So
he's
pretty
just-
much
he's
Brendan
just, like, out
Rodgers
of his
to
element.
Brendan Rodgers to Manchester United.
Yeah, right. yeah, right. yeah, right.
Yeah, I can see that
Marco,
happening.
So he's-
you haven't talked all day, bro.
Marco, he was. Would you expect this? He's Maguire's chosen as club captain. Post match, the person that is sent out from the locker room to talk to the media is Daniel James. This is
What?
this is a teenager, literally a teenager. First season with the club, has played probably 17 matches with them, and they sent him out to talk with
He's
the
not gonna be a
media.
dick to a kid. First season in.
What do you mean? I mean, this is fucking media. It's English
Stop.
media.
You're not
Seriously?
Gonna, you're not gonna be a
Like,
dick
would
to a
you?
kid.
Would
That's a
you?
good shout. That's a very good
You're
point.
not gonna be a dick to a kid. He's his
Nah,
first season
only
in,
only if he was Raheem
he's-
Sterling because
Yeah,
well,
well, that's different. But this, this,
They hate
this
him.
look,
They
look,
hate him, bro.
look,
No,
look,
it's English media.
Aside from that, you're not gonna be a dick to a kid, and I'm gonna stand by it because first season in, we know how bad Manchester United is, but they're not gonna send anybody above him or that has more experience or has been in the club for a lot longer or ends up being the captain for some fucking reason. No, and Ollie's not gonna answer question. If he does, he's gonna answer with a fucking smile. Why? Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Tell Tobias.
You're absolutely right, though. Daniel James is in good form. He's actually a bright light for you guys. So yeah, they're not gonna bash on him. They're just gonna say, "Buddy, what's going on with your big brothers?" I mean, who's guiding this team? Is it you?
I feel like that was maybe honestly, in my opinion,
I see
I was
that.
kind of upset that Maguire didn't step out because the person that should come out to
He
speak
should
to them
he
is
should have been
club
the one
captain.
to do it. Yeah.
And even still, it's weird that he would come out because he hasn't been with the team. He's barely been with them for
But
half a
if you're
season.
if you're giving the captaincy, you're giving a captaincy for a
Right,
reason, right?
right.
So you should
To-
be able
to
to be
show
the
face,
one to
yeah,
be step up and say
exactly.
like, all right, I'm gonna take the heat this time.
If it was
whatever
based
it
on
is.
seniority or
But this
something
time
like
he-
that, you
he-
put out
he-
someone
he
like
did it.
Mata, you
He-
put out someone like
Yeah, he
like
covered
Rashford,
himself
he was available.
behind the kid. Of course, I'm not gonna attack the kid because he did what he was supposed to do. Maguire was the one that was exposed.
Yeah, yeah. So there are a lot of problems with
I'll give you
this
that
team. I
get
don't
it.
know where
deserve
to
an
look
orange
as
card for
far as
that.
like a silver lining right now. They're still in some cup competitions, but I'm honestly not very encouraged about the results. I'm just gonna right now. I'm sitting tight because I've never seen a team like this before. And
You
as
can
far
see
as
it.
as far as the whole like Burnley not winning since '62,
I mean,
their worst start since like the '80s or something like that.
It's the first winning clean sheet that they've had.
Yeah,
you guys gotta get in front of this quick, man, because
yeah.
it's
It's gonna be very.
It
disastrous.
it can quick it can
my-
quickly turn into 15 years.
Yeah,
They've been getting in front of it for since
Sir Alex.
since
Since
Sir
Sir Alex
Alex
left, yeah.
David Moyes, Van Gaal,
But they haven't done
Mourinho,
it the right way.
Oli. Like they don't know how to. That's the point.
Mhm.
And they keep throwing money at the issue, and somehow they turn a profit. Their stock goes up. So
I mean, they still are the biggest team. Well, one of the biggest. Well, I
I
think
think not the
Top
biggest
five.
team.
I think
I think
they're
the,
oh,
the
the most.
they're above Real
I
Madrid
think
still?
so. I
Alright,
think
so yeah,
they
so
are.
the biggest team in the world.
So yeah, my last point is that I kind of want to leave it at that is, but for me, at least on my side, is you see the transition. I mean, last season, how many points were you guys at this point?
Right now, I think it was like 45. I remember seeing that graphic.
Remember seeing the graphic, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see in the past 3 years the
it was
decline?
like, it was like
And
in the
United-
40s, and
you
now
don't
it's in the
expect it from United.
30s. And the season before that, it was like in the mid 60s where we finished second.
So you see it. Either the competition's getting
big
better or
drop
United
off.
getting worse. And I mean, I'm on the board with you because
I
we're
think
below.
it's-
We're still below you guys at the
I
end of
think
the day.
it's two. I think it's both. I think like other teams' quality is getting better. Because obviously, like 10, 15 years ago, we weren't talking about Spurs, but now kind of forced into
Yeah,
talking
they're part
about
of it
them,
too.
right? Leicester wasn't part of the conversation.
Well-
Now Leicester's part of the conversation.
Wolves.
Keeping the conversation
Wolves.
moving, especially involving Wolves, there was the final match today that we want to touch on before we wrap up this first part of our episode. Wolves took on Liverpool, the last team to have beaten Klopp's men in 90 minutes. And I thought, honestly, it was going to happen. I thought after that Adama pace merchant play, just give it to him and let him run down the wing. They was going to make something happen to finally give Liverpool their first L, or at least drop some points. But after Jimenez made that first goal, it's so frustrating. Seeing Mane out injured obviously is not the greatest for everyone except for us because
Hurt my fantasy points, that's for sure.
because
No, I
everyone who
captained him.
triple captain Mane
Me
is
too.
definitely hurting right
Yeah, a
now.
lot of people did.
But Henderson scoring, stepping up and scoring. Firmino continuing his fabled away record. Fabled away form. I'm gonna start with you guys right now and give you the platform. Les Smug and Eddie.
For all those that don't know,
Now you know.
now you're gonna know
Oh
the
my
champ.
god.
Wait. Can
Yeah,
I
you
blame
shouldn't.
Can I blame the injury on somebody?
Who do you want to blame it on?
Nico.
Of course you would. Of
No,
course you
because
would.
we were having the conversation yesterday, and he actually told me, hey, "Sorry, Nico. I don't know if you said not to say it or not, but I don't give a fuck." He's like, he said, "I feel comfortable right now saying Liverpool will win it." And then we started the discussion that he's gonna jinx it, and then somebody's gonna end up injured.
Oh my god, bro.
Fucking Nico,
Man,
bro.
man's always tries to jinx something because
He's
I
always
remember
doing it.
because I remember
Sorry, Nico.
we was watching the United game. And Nico texted, he was like, "Yo, we're giving United the work," and then fucking we see Martial do this. And I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
yo, Nico, shut up!"
What the fuck, bro? Luckily, he
Yo,
couldn't
man.
jinx us enough. I mean,
okay,
So
Yeah, go ahead.
debuting live on Benchwarmers FC.
Spotlight.
Oh my god.
Just so you know,
he wants to show us his
Si,
new washcloth.
senor. Pass the ball to Bobby, he will score.
Oh
There
my
you go.
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard they did the same thing to Jimenez.
Bro, they let you waste your money on these things, man. Come on.
Damn
bro.
straight, bro. Come on.
Yo, Wolves got
Honestly,
the
though.
Wolves got the chant too now
Yeah,
because
Wolves
they
got
they
the
sing it
chant
for
too.
Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez, yo.
Bro,
but we showed it to them.
Jimenez-
We showed it to them. That's how it is. The
Jimenez,
original.
24
not the original, but
goals
still.
for Wolves already their top leading all-time goal scorer in history just with signing on them this first season.
He's a beast.
He's been
He's a
doing work.
monster,
He's
man.
been a
He's a
beast.
beast.
But again,
Yeah. So how mad at you at Jota though?
I'm so mad, bro. I was so upset, man. You're literally 2 yards away from goal. Like he was as close as Henderson was off his line, and he still missed.
Yeah.
He still missed that one chance that he got.
Come here, buddy.
Don't
Come here.
touch me with that. You're not gonna give him yellow for that.
No, I mean he can celebrate. He can celebrate. You know, it is what
I'll
it
take
is.
my
They
yellow.
give
Put
it
it
on.
on.
They're taking shirts off. We're gonna
Yeah,
give it
you
for
can't
putting it
give
on.
a yellow for putting on shirt.
Yeah,
There
no?
you
We're
go.
gonna give yellow for putting on shirt.
He's been
Okay,
not bad.
so 40 games unbeaten. This might be especially a topic for our halftime live. Really quick, it matches Chelsea's unbeaten run right now, and there is one untarnished record so far left, and that belongs to Arsenal's Invincibles.
That's all we have to hold on to. Please don't break.
So, do you guys? I'm gonna ask you right now, Eddie and Edgar. Do you guys see this going all the way with the lost column at 0?
I don't know, man. Champions League's coming back.
Bro, I told you already. It's not the end of the transfer window. We're not talking about the end of the season. All we're talking about right now is the next game. Next game is West Ham. That's it.
He just took
Nico.
the exact
I'm
same
not
line
Nico.
from Henderson after the interview. Oh, it was the next game. Yes, he
Me
gave
got
the
it.
exact
Me
same,
got it,
bro.
me
You
got
took the exact same line from him.
Why does that annoy you, though? Why does that annoy
Come
you?
with your own words.
What, you? I'm smug enough as it is. You want me to start saying that we're going to win the league? No, I'm not going to say
I'd
that.
rather you say that.
Never mind.
I'd rather you say that.
I was
about to
gonna
kick
I was
his
gonna fit
table away.
Edgar, but never mind.
Although I will say,
Continue roasting him.
I will say the game over the weekend was the first time I ever heard that chant.
Which one?
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. They
I
chanted
never
it,
heard
they
it in my
did
life.
They
Which-
hadn't done it.
ever.
Which one?
Ever.
We're not going to sing it.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Nope. Not going to happen.
But there was
Point
a chant
is,
that happened during the United game that me being a fan, never heard it.
Wait, I'm really curious. What the
It
what
was
the
a chant that was done in the 80s when we dominated.
Well, I mean, I'm sure our listeners and viewers would want to hear the chant.
Yeah, I'm
if
not.
it happens,
can you
then
just
you
do
will
it?
get it.
Can you-
If it
can you
happens,
just sing
then
like
you
a
will
little
get it.
piece of
Nope.
it so we know?
Nope, I will not.
Can you
sing
write it down
I will
for
not
me?
chant it.
I'll
Nope.
chant it.
Nope.
Can you-
Nope, not gonna happen.
Can we look
yo,
it up?
they're
Can we
making
get the
it
name?
sound like some
Y'all
like
can look
some
it up.
witchcraft.
Y'all
Like
can do, but I'm
you're
not
about to
gonna
summon,
jinx it.
you're about to summon some like evil spirits
Not
or
gonna
something. A Beetlejuice 3 times or something.
Nah.
The fucking curse you've been talking about.
I've never heard the chant. Like me being a fan, never heard that chant.
Is it
And
about
I heard
winning the league?
Yeah, and I've never heard it. And that
That's
was
what
the first
they
time
don't
I
Never
ever
wanna
heard
happened.
jinx
it.
it,
Never
that's
heard
why
it.
they
We
wanna
will
sing
not
it.
jinx it. I will be smug
Eric,
about it after the game,
You
but
might
not
jinx it so
before.
that they do win it, so don't do
I'm
it.
gonna chant it right now. I'm trying to find it. All right.
So Arsenal's not gonna do it.
You know how you could actually like jinx them? You have to wear one of their shout, like something from them.
Yeah,
start
you're
saying
not
I
gonna do
think
that.
I think I'll burn.
You start getting hives.
I helped it.
When I start getting hives and shit.
Oh man, not for real though, man. Today's game was invigorating. Yo, Wolves are a good team.
Wolves
man.
are a good team. Wolves are a very good team,
man. They
Yeah.
put it to us, and I really thought Jota was gonna score that goal, and I was like,
So did I.
"Fuck."
Is Traore leaving Wolves after the season?
Here's the thing. I think Traore,
Money talks?
Edgar was actually mentioning it on the way here. Money's going to be thrown out. He's going to move to a probably big team.
And die.
He put a price tag like 70 million. He's probably just going to fall off.
Yeah.
Because the same thing happened technically. Like, this guy's coming from Barcelona, and it's almost like the same thing happened. Like, he fell off, got demoted, and then he's probably going to climb back up, and the same thing's going to happen again.
He's the type of player that he needs to be with the right coach. It just can't go into any system and do the right
He
thing.
needs to be in
Because
a physical league. Like if
I'm
he
not
goes to La
sure-
Liga, he's just gonna.
I'm not sure if you guys...
Absolutely. Everything he does is going to be a foul.
Watching-
Even if he has a ball.
Yeah.
Watching Traore... who was Traore with before?
They were with.
It was a red team.
No, a blue team. It was with Fuck, what's his name? Because I remember the coach was like, "Yeah, I can't."
Was
play
it
him.
Middlesbrough that he was with?
Was it
Traore?
Middlesbrough? Oh, it might have been Red. Then,
I
yeah.
think it
might-
was
yeah,
Middlesbrough.
yeah.
But
It
the
was
thing
some.
is-
It was some old timely coach that's like stuck on the old ways and stuff. He was like, "Yeah, he's unplayable. I can't play him. Like he's uncoachable."
The point is that Nuno knows what he's doing. He's got a very good squad, and he exposes. Like last time that we played against Wolves, he put in Traore towards the end of the game, and we were able to lock it down.
Middlesbrough.
But
It was Middlesbrough, right?
this time, yo, he exposed Robertson, man. Robertson had
He
to take
really
a
did.
yellow
was
just
so
because he was getting
bad.
through.
Yeah, Robertson
was
was
bad.
getting exposed on
And the
wing.
goal came because Robertson didn't know how to handle the guy. So we got to give him credit where it's due.
take it.
Raúl Jimenez, calidame.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
one
that-
Bro,
mistake.
that header
That was
That
a
header was
well-timed header, good run.
Ah.
Adama Traore.
Bro, he started the
Yeah.
play, took out Robertson with that little sidestep, the croqueta that he did, gave it to Adama, ran to the middle, and then finished the whole
Yeah,
play.
Adama with the right sense to just one time cross.
Hit it, Eric. Hit it.
I'm not gonna sing it.
You're not, yeah.
No, I'll read the lyrics though.
Spoken word.
We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league. Now you gotta believe us. Now you gotta believe us. Now you gotta believe us. We're gonna win the league. The last time this was sang was 2009, 2010 when Stevie G slipped. That's how they just jinxed themselves. Let's go!
Damn, he actually broke it too.
That's a great way to wrap up this first segment. Ladies and gents, fellow bench warmers that are listening to us, we're going to take a quick break, head over to our Instagram Live, and then we'll get back to you with some of the rest of what's going on in world soccer. So we'll be back in a bit.
Peace.
OT, never much love when we go OT.
We're back after a very fun and exciting. And you're nasty, bro.
First he's breathing,
First
falling
he's-
asleep on the mic,
first
and now
falling
he's
asleep-
burping on it. Yo.
falling asleep on halftime, and now he's burping into the mic. Oh,
I mean,
That's our,
Yo,
that's
he
our
answered in his
assistant
sleep,
coach.
though. He did admit he's a Red Bulls fan.
Yeah, he did.
oh,
did.
for anyone who
Yeah, he's
missed
so
it,
mad about that right now.
For
I
anyone
know.
who
Nobody
missed it,
recorded it.
salty.
make sure
even
that
though it
you
was
check.
live, nobody recorded it, so
I'm
it
gonna
never
record it.
happened.
I'm
Make
That
sure
thing is
you
still
check.
available.
That shit was
Make sure
Yeah,
you
yeah,
check
record
our
on my
live.
phone.
Make
There's
sure you
no
check our live.
recording.
Somebody clip it, please. Marco
There's
answering
no
right
way to
away
clip
when a
it
Red Bulls
anymore
question
because
was
I
asked.
deleted the
because he's a
story,
fan.
so-
Yeah,
He's
he's
a fan.
salty. He's so salty. He answered that question, bro. He's like, fuck, when I say anything.
So for this, not really half, but for the second segment to wrap up the show, we're going to talk about a few things around the world of soccer. One of them we touched on very quickly during the halftime live debate, and that was Chicha's move to Galaxy. Not to repeat ourselves too much, but do you guys think that, one, is this a good move for his career? And two, how do you predict it going with Galaxy? Whoever wants to answer first.
Marketing move, marketing move, marketing move. That's all I gotta say.
You think it's just
100%.
money?
That's
think
all
it's
it
just
has.
jerseys?
Absolutely.
Is it
But-
jersey
And it's
selling?
not even just jerseys.
But is he gonna be bigger than Zlatan?
No.
That's the issue. Zlatan
Yes.
had the
Yes.
size.
He's a Mexican
Zlatan-
comedian.
Yes, bro.
Stat-wise,
Zlatan got into
football-wise-
late night TV.
Yeah.
Do you think Chicharito is getting onto late night
He's
TV?
going to
Yes,
get late night
in
and morning
Mexico.
shows, bro. Absolutely.
I'm not in English, not in Spanish.
No, in Spanish, not in English.
Nah, he-
Exactly.
has a
Is he
Mexican
gonna
command.
be
I feel
on
like,
on
man,
those
honestly-
platforms
Yeah, he was
like
on
the
Jimmy
James
Kimmel.
Gordons and all that shit?
Yeah, he was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
he was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, well, maybe not.
No, I don't think Chicharito will be able to do that, but I think he did get a raise because he did say that he got a cut going from West Ham to Sevilla
Really?
in salary. So this, I'm guessing, the move here had to be about the money.
It had to.
And on top of that, like he said in his vlog, it's the beginning of his retirement. And MLS is a retirement league, unfortunately, the way
So
it's been looking, you know.
so is he saying no more Mexican national team?
I don't know, man. I think honestly,
Who's next in
still
line
kill
for the
Colombia.
number nine?
I know who said he's not playing no more is Vela.
Yeah, I
said
know
a
that for
while
sure.
back
He said that.
already.
Yeah.
Chicha, I think for the next cycle, I don't think he's gonna make it. I think he's
Nah,
gonna be
well,
like
you have
35.
Jimenez
Who-
now.
And Jimenez
Who's the
is
number
on
9
fire
now?
right now.
Oh, Jimenez,
he's
right?
on
Yeah.
fire.
Okay.
Yeah, but Chicha's still gonna be on the bench, man.
Yeah,
I think he'll still be
definitely.
on the bench.
He'll
He's not
definitely be on
gonna
the bench
quit
for
the
next
squad,
Yeah.
especially if he's on the LA team. He can't then just say, "I'm not gonna play for Mexico,"
He's
because
right
the
there.
whole reason he's in LA
It's
is
the
because
Mexican
of the
community.
Mexican fans. They're
Yeah.
all gonna turn against him. It's like probably written in his contract. Hey, if you play for LA, you gotta play for Mexico, because if he's
Well, it doesn't
playing,
work.
I wouldn't be
2-for-1
surprised.
deal.
I
it
wouldn't be
doesn't. But I
surprised,
mean, there
honestly.
has to be something along those lines, because the whole reason to bring him there is because of the Mexican connection. They're trying to make El Tráfico Villa versus Chicharito.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to make a competition that doesn't exist because he even said it, and we all know Villa was at his press conference when
Villa.
Villa, sorry.
It's like two Mexican boxers, just like squaring up. Like, I'm gonna show up to yours, you show up to
Yeah,
mine.
so
They're
the next-
stirring up like some kind of drama.
Next Gold Cup is in 2021. Will he make that? I think absolutely he'll probably be on the bench, but I don't think he's gonna play starting role. It's gonna be Jimenez and whoever else they want to throw up front.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't think he's gonna make it that far.
I mean, I'm like I said, I've been a fan of Chicharito for quite a while, and I'm all for him. So good luck to you, Chicha. If you ever need to go on a podcast and rant, just come over here.
Hit us up on Benchwarmers. Let us know how it goes on LA Galaxy.
I want to hear your European adventures. His vlog was so heartbreaking and emotional.
Word. So touching on that vlog a little bit, he had a very intimate and personal moment talking to his parents, talking about there's a misquote going out right now, and they're hanging on to that really tough. The fact that he said, this is the beginning of my retirement, moving to the MLS. And of course, those are not two things that he said congruently. Like, he didn't say it in context right after the other, but because he mentioned it in the same phone call, a lot of people were saying like, oh, this is how he views the MLS.
But let's be real.
It's a retirement league.
He
It
said
is,
it in
though.
Spanish.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he said it
said
in
in
Spanish.
Spanish,
He
okay.
said it's el comienzo de mi retiro. Like, this is over. Like,
The European
and
dream.
And he was referring to the European, like, retiring from the European dream, retiring from playing in Europe. And he's like, it's been a good 10 years. Like, when he started choking off, he's like, it's been a good 10 years. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Did he ever manage to get the Champions League? I know he made the finals at
No.
United, and then
Now you're Real Madrid?
was
No,
it Real
the
Madrid?
year
No.
that Real Madrid were kicked out by Juve.
Yeah.
He was in Real Madrid.
Oh, damn.
That's the Morata.
Because he had that last minute goal against
Atletico.
against Atletico
He
off the
was the
bench.
reason why we made
He's
it
like-
to finals, but
Like I said before recording, he's like the perfect example of the movie Goal.
Yeah.
He wasn't on that all night.
he did
Eight
he
squad?
did
No, he
all
wasn't there yet.
backwards.
No.
Yeah, for real.
That's what he did. He did all backwards.
Yeah. He did.
That's awesome. Awesome story
Well,
for him.
Wishing you all the best, Chicha. I think he's gonna get probably like 10 or 12 goals, and it probably with the LA Galaxy. Let's see if they get a chip or
It's
not.
gonna be all corner kicks, bro.
Yeah, it probably will, or like weird
Weird bounces,
Weird
and he just
bounces.
gets he just gets
off
to
the knee
yeah.
into
his
face,
face.
off the armpit, and then off Neymar's butt, and then it's
At this point, it's off of your butt.
Apple bottom jeans.
So talking about Atletico, since we mentioned them with
Yo, why you blushing, bro?
with this Champions League, I'm not blushing. I'm actually kind of nervous because it's 4 dudes talking about another dude. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yo, you got a
And you
fan,
want
it's
to put
all
this
right.
in the episode? Like, I don't understand.
I can't wait till the camera shut off.
So Atletico getting knocked out today by a third division team from Copa del Rey.
Hold on. I just want to say, who said Atletico was going to be in a run for the Liga this season?
Hey, look, the smug doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Oh man,
I
just-
actually thought Joao Felix would do a lot more than he did, and now we know that he can't with Simeone's tactics.
I agree with you on that, but I never thought
Yeah.
Atletico were going to be our title
A
contender.
strong team? No.
No.
I honestly, I don't know about winning, but I thought they were definitely going to be in the mix, like two or like not letting it be a
yeah.
2-horse race.
I didn't-
Straight up, bro.
I didn't
Cavani.
think Diego Costa was gonna be injured for so long. So
Exactly.
That too.
Exactly. And that brings me to the point that they need Cavani. That if they can make that move, they have a chance of getting into
Which apparently
the
is
top
it's
of the league.
apparently already kind of set in stone.
Yeah,
It's to be
over.
Cavani is supposed to either go to
Yes.
United, but he's apparently chosen Atletico over United.
And
It's a great move, though.
that's okay. Here's the 3. You guys are all in Cavani's boots. You have loan offers only from Chelsea, Atletico, and United. Which one would you choose?
Atletico.
Straight up.
Yeah, because I speak the language.
One, I speak the language.
One.
2, I'm guaranteed Champions League the next year if I stay.
3,
Oh.
I'm starting automatically. and you get the headlines immediately. And if you're gonna get headlines, it's gonna be for the good reasons, for positive
You don't
reasons.
think he would start automatically on Chelsea if he went on loan?
over Tommy?
Over Tammy?
No.
Over Tammy.
Well, I mean, Tammy did get hurt this past game, so who knows what's going to happen
And
with
we all
him.
know, for as much hype as Bats gets, Batshuayi just doesn't get it done sometimes.
No,
Plus,
he
you're-
fluffed his lines
Yeah.
on the game against Arsenal.
Yeah, he
EPL football is completely different from
La Liga.
La Liga, and
I don't think he's going to look at the style of play that much because
But the lifestyle,
the
bro.
lifestyle. I think
lifestyle,
that's what he's
too.
scared about because if you're talking about style of play, he's probably going to go to Chelsea because that's more PSG-like, I would say, where possession, you know.
Big.
Yeah. And
Oh, I
there's
thought you were talking about like big town. I mean,
No,
big city.
yeah, I guess that too, London. But
Same.
but if you look at United at the moment, like they're not gonna do it, and Atletico they're a counter-attacking team, so that's not what he's used to playing at PSG.
yeah, you're right on that.
So if it's not tactics he's looking for, I think it's a lifestyle and just again the comfort of transitioning to a
And
different
then
league.
also, if you talk about lifestyle, then it becomes a nice weather or rain all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
It rains all the time in Paris too. I found that out.
Well, when you were there.
No, it's actually said that it rains more in Paris than it does in London. So
we settled that. The next rumor I want to talk to you guys about, because I read this walking into the studio tonight. Carlos Tevez to United on loan. I'm going to start by saying that's the dumbest thing I've ever read in my life. Where do you
Is he
think
still
these rumors
playing?
are coming from?
I think-
yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
it's
Boca.
Boca.
If,
Boca.
if
Still at
this,
Boca, okay.
if this is true,
He's a sub for Boca. He doesn't even start for them.
if this is true, this sums up United season.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's why I asked the question earlier. If you're gonna bring back Tevez, might as well bring back Fergie. I mean, you're going back to what helped work before.
Some zombie ass shit. No,
Back from
man.
the dead ass
Honestly,
motherfuckers.
if they
you
pick
gonna
up
come back as a
Tevez-
White Walker?
If,
Like,
yeah,
damn.
exactly. If they pick up Tevez, man, it just shows that there's some level of incompetence there when it comes to recruiting players.
Some level. That's
someone
straight
who
incompetence.
doesn't know about how football works as far as like the chemistry of a team is the one that's approving.
how much
and
is-
signing
But
off.
Evolved.
honestly,
Yeah.
what strikers available at the moment?
Come on.
Bro, honestly, Cavani. Honestly, Cavani. And
Live in Manchester, live in Madrid.
Bale is another one.
there was
still.
Bale. There was, Haaland's already picked up, but he was also his name was thrown in the hat too. I just want to make the point that if that's the kind of rumor that's coming out, let alone if it actually comes true, like Eric said, it just sums up that there's something very, very wrong with whoever's making the major decisions. A big decision though was taken by Victor Moses, officially joining Inter's squad during this winter transfer window. Does this-
EPL Rejects FC was
Bro,
good.
Does this
word
officially
up,
make
bro.
them EPL Rejects FC? Like, is that really it? Because right now you have Lukaku, Sanchez, Young, Moses, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna pick up one more. I
Mkhitaryan.
remember reading.
Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan.
No,
Oh,
Ozil.
Nah, I wish, but nah.
What is it? What's the other defender you guys had? Smalling or something like that?
Well, Smalling's in Roma
Smalling, all right.
right now.
That's Smallinho, bro. Put some
Smaldini.
put some respect on his
Smaldini,
name.
Still, he's going to Serie A. he'll read it.
Smaldini.
Nah, but
Small
for real.
thing.
Yo, honestly, don't sleep on Inter, man. With these pickups, yo, Conte can work some magic.
Well, he has been, but right now they're currently second because as soon as Champions League knockouts are coming up, Ronaldo's picking up form again,
Yo, he is.
and he's been scoring goals left and right
is.
now.
You know what that means? He's not gonna play league.
you
You know what that means? Well, where's Juve gonna get the goals from?
Nah, he has to play because that's what's gonna keep. I mean, not just him, but like any player in general. If you're gonna try to stay consistent in Champions League, you have to play during the week to kind of keep that form going. So I think it'd be ridiculous if Juventus did that to
Nah, I'm not saying he's not gonna play a single minute.
But no, that's what they were saying,
He's
that he
gonna
was
play
only
like
going to play
60.
Champions. That's what they said before.
Yeah.
But
He'll play like 60
regardless
minutes.
of Ronaldo or not, yeah,
Yeah.
they have to play though.
He's gonna play like 60 minutes. He'd be like, "Yo, get a brace and then walk off the field."
I think that really wraps up our episode for tonight. If you guys have any last words, any last thoughts that you want to bring up before we wrap up the show, I'll open up
Yeah,
floor
I'm
to you
so
guys.
I'm so glad that the Barcelona teenagers didn't get too drunk in Ibiza and actually came out with the win. So.
They
I was
almost lost that game.
hoping for the dude. I saw a
Almost
score
lost that
1-0.
game.
I'm like,
I was trying to.
I was like,
I was
they
very
might draw
clearly
it.
trying to avoid Barcelona talk.
And
but here we are.
the Ibiza smacked the post. They they got a goal taken away. I was like,
from
damn.
VAR.
And I'm like, you put a bunch of kids on a plane to Ibiza, 19 years old, and then you want them to play the next day.
That's why.
How's this gonna work out?
No, I mean, I think also I think that shows life after Messi because I mean,
Yeah.
it's not too far.
Griezmann?
Not too far.
Griezmann stepping up.
I mean, it was.
It was direct football though, and that's the issue. We don't want to play direct football, and obviously that's what he did. He just got direct football, scored 2 goals, and called it a day. But he's not gonna fit into the main squad. That's the issue. Like he's got to adapt his game, and he's ingrained with Atletico style. So coming over to Barcelona, it's gonna be tough.
Hmm.
It's been 6 months. It's been what 8 months now, maybe.
He
Close.
should have already.
He should have meshed more than he had. So,
I'm a Griezmann fan,
it's
so
not good.
I thought he would.
I see
better
another-
than he would have.
I see it turning into a Coutinho status thing.
I
Griezmann.
said he should have gone to Bayern.
Oh
I
wait,
did say it
hold,
from the
hold.
beginning.
What's
I
going on
said he
with
should've
Coutinho,
went
by
to
the
Bayern.
way?
He's doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, but he's not saying that Bayern though.
Nah.
I don't think he is.
No, he's not. It said he's not saying.
Oh, he
Bayern
did?
said he's not. He's not gonna.
Oh wow,
they're
They're not
that's
gonna pay that
crazy
much
because the fans really wanted him to stay.
Yeah, Bayern said that we're not going to take him, so that means he's going back to Barca.
Yep.
And we know he's not going to end up there. So where's he going next? I think.
Said, yeah.
I think yeah.
PSG.
All right, PSG. We said
Or
that as well.
PSG, yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know.
big shout.
This
There you
window,
go.
huh?
The Neymar move.
Swap deal.
Well, no, never. It doesn't really have to
Neymar,
be a
Madrid,
swap move because
please.
with Cavani leaving, Mbappe will be
that.
playing the number 9 more, and then
like it.
Coutinho will play the wing. So
Nah, I'll take Mbappe. Anyway,
I'm not thinking about for sure, but I mean Neymar though.
I
Neymar.
mean, Mbappe's going to Liverpool. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
Neymar all day, right?
Neymar all day,
Oh
baby.
my
that's until March.
On
and
that
then he's
note,
injured.
that's it for tonight. Everybody, thanks for
As of
joining
right
us.
now, he's still playing, bro.
Thanks
As
for
of right now,
joining
he's
us.
still playing.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for making it this far. We really appreciate all of you, old and new listeners as well. Make sure that you listen to us, follow us, and watch us on YouTube, like we mentioned at the start of every episode. Don't forget to send us any of your comments, any of your messages we want to hear on the next one. We're the Bench Warmers. This is the Bench with a voice, where the bench is always warm.
And I'm not a Red Bull fan.
Peace.
Early.